second time building with Icon. What did you appreciate about working together?
I think because we've worked together before, they know us and we know them, and it was good because we were coming from residential to rural, so that was exciting, and that's a challenge in itself. But I guess the big thing for us is that we kind of built a really good relationship with Icon the first time around, and we just really wanted to do it again with them because they're great to deal with.
They probably saw us coming and went, "Oh no, it's the Goslings again."
So yeah, you were residential and now rural. How was that process? Because there's a lot more involved. So how did you find that?
Challenging.
Well, yeah, challenging is probably the big thing. I guess we've only ever built. This is our third build, and obviously our second one with Icon. And both the last two were residential, and now we're going rural. There was a lot more to think about, septic and water tanks, and because we built here, it's just over one hectare, so 2.5 acres. So a lot more to think about. Positioning of the house, what we wanted as far as the design of the house goes. So yeah, it was a lot more to think about. But look what we've got. It's amazing. Yeah.
We're very proud.
What did you appreciate about working together?
I guess like I said before, they know us and we know them, and the relationship was always there, and it's even, I guess the relationship now is even stronger. And if we were to do it again, yeah, we would definitely consider it. But this is it for us. So this is our dream home. Yeah. And what a dream. So Icon have built our dream home. Yeah.
How would you explain our work or process to someone else who is thinking of working with Icon?
I would say probably keep in communication with Icon. Don't sit back on your laurels and think it's just going to happen. You've really got to keep in communication with them, and ask them to keep in communication with you as well. I think that's really the key, is that communication lines open both ways.
And Icon did that well?
Very well.
Yeah, they did.
They did, eh?
They did.
Yeah, they loved you.
I'm sure Paul, every time he saw an email from me, was just like, "Oh dear God, what does she want now?"
What was your biggest aha moment during the process?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Yes. I guess there weren't too many aha questions. I guess it was more just keeping on coming down here each day, or if that wasn't possible, then maybe at the end of each week, and just making sure that things were put in place. There were always schedules, and making sure that it was well underway. The one thing I didn't like was coming down here and having no one here doing anything, and there were a couple of those days. But once again, asking them why that was.
It's just communication.
Yeah, it was just communication.
And then, it wasn't because they didn't want to turn up. It was,
there was a reason. Yeah.
So yeah. But it was good. I enjoy, having that contact with Hilton every Monday, and just having, a follow through on what was happening, that week. If there were any issues, which, to be honest, there weren't really that many issues.
No, and I think
it was just good seeing Hilton's happy, smiley face every Monday.
I think having Hilton project manage the build, with having built with Icon twice, I think having Hilton do this one now has just been amazing. And it was nice. It was nice reconnecting with Hilton.
Yes, because Hilton built our first home.
Yeah.
Which was it was just a fluke. So it actually feels like a complete circle. Like Hilton built our first home, and then his project managed our last home. So it was lovely.
How did you find our builders and tradies?
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It was quite. We've always really loved the tradie guys. Even at Riverhead, they were great. But coming here, building rural, because we kind of knew how big it was going to be, and the trade guys have just been amazing.
Lee, the builder, he
Yeah.
was so meticulous. He was amazing. Yep.
Because they actually built the framing. They did all the framing build here, so it didn't come from a warehouse. They did it. Everything was done here, and you asked me before about that. That was wow. That was a wow.
That was a wow moment. Yeah.
We couldn't believe they were cutting and actually making the frames here on site. So that was pretty amazing. Yeah.
And how do you find the Icon team working together, like from all areas within the business?
I guess they've become kind of family. It's that relationship you build, because it's not cheap. Let's face it, it's not cheap building, and so when you sit down with them and you're paying for their services and to build your dream home, they become family, and that's how we feel now with Icon.
And look, at the end of the day, the team were really honest. And it was really easy to deal with. And I mean, if we weren't happy with something, I mean,
you'd say something, wouldn't you?
I would say something. I would say something. But then I knew that they didn't take it to heart. It was, it was me venting. But then also on the other extreme, when we were happy with something, it was awesome. So I think the team's really approachable and really easy to work with.
And they listened.
Yep.
They listened to what you had to say. And if you weren't happy with something, don't be afraid to say, look, I'm not happy with this, can we do it another way? Because they do listen and they do work with you. It's not their way or the highway. We work together as a partnership, and that's where that kind of that family comes into it, that family feeling.
Well, it's a family business too, so I think that that flows through.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's the same for us on our end as well. Like we appreciate the friendships and relationships that have grown through that time. It's not just a house that it's, we're investing into you as well.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of soul.
What was the highlight for you with the build process with Icon?
Opening those front doors, moving in.
Yeah.
It was, we got here probably, it was, we built during COVID lockdowns, so that was really difficult. But we managed to come down here when we could, I guess, and see the progress. But I guess the big thing for us was the move-in day. We'd kind of seen it finished, and it was so exciting.
Yeah.
It was really, it was fabulous. Yeah.
And is there anything else you'd like to add about your journey with Icon Homes for the second time?
The second time.
Second time round.
Well, I guess they say things come in threes. I guess the first time we kind of built, we were novices and so much younger than what we are now. and you learn from each build. And I guess when we built the second time with Icon, we knew mistakes that we made in our first build, and we knew the mistakes we made in the Riverhead. I guess I wouldn't call them mistakes. I'd say it's a learning process. Yeah. So when we came here, then we kind of knew we knew how Icon worked, and they knew what we wanted, and I think that's you've built that foundation. And then from there, it's developed into a beautiful dream home. And I would recommend to any of our family and friends to consider Icon.
Yeah, it was a great journey. Yeah, in some respects, a little sad it's over. I said to Hilton the other day, I was talking to him on the phone, I said, I miss our Monday catch-ups. I said, you'll have to call on a Friday for an after-work tipple. So,
but I think with it's like what Fleur said before. Icon is a family-owned company, so it's kind of that. You're not building with a big corporate company. You're building with a family, and that's a big thing.
Yeah, you're not just a number.
You're not. No.
Well, thank you so much for choosing Icon, and your home is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank
you. As I said, we're very proud of it.
We are.
Yeah.